speaking of religion, there is a modern Protestant worship music composer named Brandon Lake. Now, you know me, I'm a mackerel snapping papist, so I got a lot of Protestant friends, obviously, but I'm not totally familiar with what is called modern worship music. In fact, even the Catholic Church has a lot of this kind of modern worship music where it's like, hey girl, everybody, I just want to pray. And it's all really sappy and like, it ain't my thing. Let's put it that way. Well, anyway, one of the most prominent composers of this kind of music has now come out with the audacious claim that they need to make the modern worship music even less about God.
I think last thing I'll say is like, I'd love to see more worship sets, more churches like kind of keep Bubba in mind.
Yeah.
Like we call him Bubba, the guy who's like in the back of the room and he's like, he got dragged there by his wife.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just don't know if like when your opening song or the most of your songs have so much Christianese language.
Yeah.
I think he has a hard time going like, can I sing that? Like, I'm not there yet.
Right.
I think he hears a hard fought, and I'm not saying hard fought is the answer, but like, I love like when your first song is like, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty.
Yeah.
I think he's going like,
what does that even
what does
mean?
holy mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
holy crap. Like what? Like, I don't, like,
Yep.
I don't know. Obviously that's where we want to get to in a worship set, is where it's just every eye is fixated on him. Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like everyone, it's like vertical.
Yeah.
But like, give Bubba some language. He can be like, all right, I find myself in that song. I feel like that, and hopefully that's what some of my music can continue to do.
Okay, so I think this guy's totally wrong. Though he seems sincere and he's trying to do something good, but he's totally wrong. I prefer, as a traditional Catholic, I don't even like the modern Catholic hymns. I like there's some good 19th century hymnody, there's some of the stuff, actually the Anglicans have some good hymnody, but like, I think of like good old sturdy English hymns. Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free. But what I prefer is Gregorian chant. Kyrie eleison, gloria in excelsis Deo. Love that. Credo in unum Deum. I really like all that. Now, why? Is it just because I'm an old fogey and I like old stuff? No. There's a little bit that, but that's not why. The reason I like those old chants in Latin and even the sturdy English hymnody is because it's not emotivist. It puts God front and center, but it's strong. It's the kind of hymn and it's the kind of chanting that a man can sing. You could be a man and sing that. It's strong. It's tough. It's to the point. It's not trying to play on your emotions like you're a 13-year-old girl. And a lot of the modern worship music, Catholics play it too, is this sappy stuff. People sometimes refer to it as, like Christ is my girlfriend or something kind of music. And but even I think of one very popular in the liberal Catholic parishes. I will raise you up on eagle's wings. Da, 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 da. First of all, I'm not going to raise anybody up on eagle's wings ever because I'm just a guy. God can raise you up. I'm not doing that because I'm just a guy. But it's all this, well, we're gonna kind of put God a little, we're going to remove God a little bit. We're going to make it more about you and your feelings. He talks about Bubba in the back of the church. He says, well, we just got to play something for Bubba. You're not going to win Bubba over by playing some sappy, girly nonsense ballad from the 70s. It's not going to work. Bubba doesn't like that. You are much more likely to appeal to Bubba with a 9th century Gregorian chant than you are. At least it's manly. At least you're not asking him to turn himself into some kind of wimp or sissy. This is the issue. But what this guy's saying here is the logical conclusion of all modern worship music. The whole point of which is to make things less sacred. Hey, what if we took sacred music and made it more like the world and made it more just common and popular and vulgar? That's what it is. That's why these songs musically are indistinguishable from pop music ballads. And I don't want to beat up too much on the modern worship music, because this is actually the whole point of modern society since the Enlightenment, is to make everything less sacred. There was a chasm between the sacred and the profane and the vulgar down here, and the common. And in the Enlightenment, we said, oh, forget about the sacred. We're going to make everything terrestrial. We're going to have the low solid ground of liberalism, and we're just going to make it all like the world. Well, guess what? No one's going to go to church if they're just going to get more of the world. You get enough of the world in the world. You don't need that. Okay? And I think what people are crying out for now, including Bubba, what Bubba is crying out for right now is a little re-enchantment, is a little bit more seriousness, is a little bit more of the sacred, the thing that's been missing. That's the thing we're yearning for. And you ain't going to get it by further weakening the music or further weakening the culture. You got to make it sturdy, and you got to make it sacred. Got to make it real, man. That was a great clip, I think. I hope you think so as well. I hope we agree. Hope we see eye to eye. Mano a mano, faccia a faccia, Ring the bell and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.